Unseld. And now the East has a 4-point lead, 83-79. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Elvin Hayes losing it to rookie Unseld. Billy Cunningham losing it to Jerry Sloan. Len Wilkins, number 19. And the ball was last touched by Elvin Hayes of Houston.
Chris, a little confusion on the part of the West. Hayes not guarding Unseld, who is guarding him. So in getting back down on defense, he has to look for a forward. Willis Reed, so as a result, they've become crossed up on Unseld, and Unseld had that layup there.
This is Dave Bing of the popular Detroit Pistons. Willis Reed of the New York Knickerbockers. Billy Cunningham of the Philadelphia 76ers. Unseld of the Baltimore Bullets. Bullets have 3 men. Team Earl Monroe, Gus Johnson, and number 41 Unseld as Baylor commits the foul. That is his second. It's the 15th foul as Rudy LaRusso comes into the ball game, replacing Baylor.
Since Wilt Chamberlain left the ball game, the change has been dramatic in the West defense. The middle has opened up considerably, and the East able to operate inside with Unseld and Reed going in deep, which they were not able to do with Chamberlain in the game. So I'm sure Richie Guerin giving Wilt Chamberlain a little rest so he can come back with him in the fourth period.
Unseld has 8 points thus far, 4 of 6 from the field. A little trouble at the line is Rudy LaRusso of Dartmouth. Rebounds to Jerry Sloan of Evansville. This is Don Kojis of Marquette. Elvin Hayes is number 11 of Houston. And Unseld commits the foul. 16 foul, Jack.
Chris, Wesley Unseld, I think, has been most impressive since he came into the NBA. He has learned very rapidly to use the great weight that he has. And there you saw it in that instance. He forced Elvin Hayes outside a little farther than normal. And there Hayes makes the foul shot. But he's utilizing his weight to great advantage.
A minute 18 remaining in the third quarter. 83-81. East leading by 2 as Hal Greer takes his first shot from the field. Hal Greer, MVP last year of the 76ers, whom you'll see on the Game of the Week, ABC, Sunday afternoon from Philadelphia as they go against San Francisco. Basket count. Wes Unseld of the Baltimore Bullets, very popular here. Averaging nearly 18 rebounds, nearly 15 points per game as Hayes commits his third foul.
Actually, as you mentioned, Unseld, a great favorite here in Baltimore. And, Chris, when you think about it, this is the only addition the Baltimore Bullets have made over this year as opposed to last year. So it's been a great addition for Baltimore, and he has given them the big lift.
Wilkins, LaRusso, Kojis. Rebound by Unseld. Unseld to Billy Cunningham, and dribbling left-handed. Gives to Dave Bing. And there'll probably be a charging foul against Cunningham. That's his second personal, number 32 in white. So the offended team passes the ball inbounds into the offensive zone. Kojis in the corner. In the lane. Unseld. Boy, he's strong and fast. Dave Bing up his right. Jerry Sloan also touched it. He touched it left. 34 seconds left in the third quarter, 86-81. Unseld has 8 rebounds. Sloan gets that one for the West. Kojis. LaRusso. 86-83 now. 15 seconds, third quarter. And the white team, or the Eastern All-Stars, have requested a timeout with 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The East having regained the lead as the West came from behind by 16 points. The East now leading by only 3.
Chris, here in Baltimore the last 2 days, I think with regard to Wesley Unseld, everybody knew that he had the strength and the weight to play in the NBA, but I think everybody has been amazed at the quickness with which Unseld comes to play. He has the ability to guard a forward, and he's very quick inside, as we've seen here this evening, the way he has dominated the boards here in the third period.
Jack, there's an event coming up on ABC television, January 25th and 26th, that I look forward to. And I know I'll miss you, but I always enjoy teaming up with Bing Crosby and covering his great Pro-Am Golf Championship from Pebble Beach, California. That's the 25th and 26th, Saturday and Sunday from Pebble Beach. Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the Pro-Am aspect of the tournament brings in people like our old friend Phil Harris, Jack Ging, Bill Worthing, Bill Rigney, and ABC has a starter this year, and the president of ABC Sports, Rune Arledge.
He's paired with Claude Harmon, and I'm going to be looking in to see that twosome come out in front out there at the Bing Crosby.
And, of course, Jack, I'll be with you Sunday afternoon in Philadelphia as the 76ers will host the San Francisco Warriors. All this on ABC. Unsel losing the ball out of bounds, 86-83 with 11 seconds, third quarter. Sloan and Wilkins, the backcourt men. The cornermen are Kojis and LaRusso with Elvin Hayes, the center. Hayes batting it over. Wilkins. Ooh.
There we saw Elvin Hayes charged with offensive goaltending, and as the quarter ended, the basket was allowed.
So the final quarter is coming up. Our live color coverage of the NBA All-Star Game will continue as the East leads 86-83.
Joe O'Neill, St. Paul, talks about his 1969 Buick Skylark Custom.
I bought the Skylark because actually it's my airplane on the ground. It's not really an expensive car as most people think it to be. You can go in and buy a Skylark for the same price that you go out and buy a low-price car. The similarity between the Buick and flying, just the way the thing handles. Like in the plane, it doesn't take much to get a turn out of it. Neither does it take much to get a turn out of the Buick. It looks like a knife going into the wind. I'm sure I could sell Buicks to other people. I could take them for a ride in my car, and if they couldn't see from that what a good car it was compared to the other cars, well, there's no hope for them.
Buick owners keep selling Buicks for us. Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
What's It All About, World? Premieres Thursday, February 6th on ABC.
Before the fourth quarter begins, let's study the last play of the third quarter, Jack.
There's a great example, Chris, of offensive goaltending. Watch Elvin Hayes, number 11 in the red. As the shot goes up, Wesley Unseld goes up, but watch Hayes go up with his hand over the rim right there, and he interfered with the ball while it was in the arc, and as a result, offensive goaltending. There you see him bat the ball away, and the basket was allowed as the quarter ended.
Well, here we go with the fourth and final quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the East led 35-19. The West in the past two periods has outscored the East 34-25 and 30-26.
The shooting percentages, Chris, in the third quarter, the West 9 of 20 for 45. The East, after starting out 1 for 11, finished 10 of 25 for 40%.
And look at them jumping. Unseld and Hayes, the rookies, control over the West. The West team, Wilkins, Jerry Sloan, Kojis, LaRusso, and Elvin Hayes. While for the East, it's Len Wilkins, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer, Wes Unseld, and Gus Johnson of the Bullets. A long lead pass intended for Johnson, knocked away by Kojis. Kojis of the San Diego Rockets. And Wilkins picks it up. Gus Johnson defensively, quickly to Dave Bing.
Keeping in mind, Chris, Gus Johnson at 6'7", 235 pounds, made the defensive play on one end and wound up with the layup on the other end. There's Kojis with the ball. Gus blocking the shot, getting the ball, passing it out. Dave Bing on the fast break. And there you see Gus laying it up. A great play by Gus Johnson, showing his mobility.
Elvin Hayes now has 9 points for the West. It's 88-84. Kojis on a steal. Don Kojis is fouled by Hal Greer. Greer's second.
Talking about mobility, Kojis comes right back. We're seeing some great defense here tonight. Very aggressive play on the part of both teams.
And now Baltimore's Earl the Pearl Monroe, number 10, replaces number 21 Dave Bing of the Detroit Pistons for the East. Kojis has 2 points thus far, 6 feet 6 inches tall. His second All-Star appearance. Kojis. 88-85, 11-13 left in the game.
I think it is significant, Chris, that we haven't seen Wilt Chamberlain for a long time, so he is well rested over there on the West bench, and I expect he'll be back in this ball game.
3 bullets now are on the Eastern quintet. This is one of them, Earl Monroe. The other was Unseld, and the other trying for the rebound was Johnson. Now Lynn Wilkins, Providence College. The battle goes on. Greer, 3-on-1. Johnson, number 25. And look at Sloan bulldogging. Jerry Sloan.
The shorter Jerry Sloan, not giving Gus Johnson a chance to sit up and take advantage of that height, go up and over him.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
Knocked out by Hal Greer. As far as turnovers, 18 for each team. Elvin Hayes of Houston.
What? Oh! Go, Pearl!
Sloan, the Chicago Bulls, with 10.5 minutes left, it is tied again at 88 all.
God!
Kojis. Jerry Sloan, number 4.
Oh!
LaRusso, 35.
There you see a great battle. You see Wes Unseld forcing Elvin Hayes out, but he hit the jumper that time. But Unseld is forcing Hayes out more than he normally would be playing, and utilizing that weight advantage to great advantage.
Now the West is in the lead, 90-88. Paul Greer, driving, is fouled by Len Wilkins, who now has 3 personals. Our live color coverage comes to you from Civic Center in Baltimore. Oscar Robertson waiting to come into the lineup. Greer looking for his first point of the game. There it is. Now it's 90-89. Len Wilkins. Hayes. It was Billy Cunningham on the rebound. A left-hand pass to Monroe, guarded by Sloan. It's good, and Sloan fouls Earl the Pearl.
Once again, we saw Earl Monroe at his best. There you see him with the ball, putting a little fake, stopping, hesitating on Sloan, and then just going up and in for an easy move. He had Jerry Sloan relaxed for a minute and took advantage of it, coming right back for the basket. Earl Monroe.
12 points in the game, 3 of 10 from the field. He was the East's second leading vote getter in All-Star balloting, trailing only Bill Russell. He averaged 41.5 points as a senior at Winston-Salem College. That's Bill Russell, back in the East lineup, along with Oscar Robertson. LaRusso guarded by Johnson. Sloan. Hayes. LaRusso. 92 all. Here is Monroe. Off balance, still scores.
You know, it's very, very interesting, Chris. You watch Monroe and you recognize the great similarity that he has to Oscar Robertson, a great capacity to hesitate disarm the defensive man, and then take advantage of the relaxing on the part of the defensive man to put the shot up and in.
Elvin Hayes rebounding. Sloan and Kojis. LaRusso. 94-92, the East back in the lead with 8:57 to go. Glenn Wilkins. Again. Kojis. And Richie Guerin, the coach of the West, gets off the bench and asks for his team to call for a timeout as Monroe commits his 4th foul. So with 8:46 left in the ball game, the East in a thriller has a 2-point lead on the West, 94-92.
Mr. Moss, what do you like best about our country?
San Francisco, Nancy Sinatra, and your telephones. You know, no matter how many numbers you've got to dial, your telephone system doesn't often foul them up. There's no waiting for hours to get a call through and then finish up with the wrong number anyway. You get the right one at the first go. From my point of view, that's pretty unusual. I wonder if you Yanks realize just how lucky you are.
Our nationwide telephone network is unusual in a couple of other ways, too, Mr. Moss. Over our network, anything goes. People talk, computer talk, pictures and drawings, anything, instantly, anytime, anywhere.
Your anywhere, anything, anytime network. AT&T.
She must be rooting East with a 2-point lead. You'll enjoy ABC's unique and revolutionary concept in ski racing on Friday night, January 24th. Stars of France and the United States going against one another instead of the clock, side-by-side competition from Aspen, Colorado. That's Friday, January 24th, 9, 8 Central Time. French-American Challenge Cup ski race on ABC. Kojis at the line. 94-92, 8:46 left in the game. Along the lane, it's Sloan and Hayes. Russell deep on the far side, while on the near side it is Gus Johnson for the East. Tied again. 10th time that the ball game has been tied up. Now Earl Monroe guarded by Wilkins. Jack, I would say he has to have the fastest hands in the league, Wilkins.
He is regarded by the players in the league as having the fastest hands. And there you saw an example of Earl Monroe, a great ball handler, deflecting the ball away from him.
Kojis tapping it to Hayes. Hayes to Wilkins. Cunningham trying to tie up Kojis. Sloan, Kojis. Sloan. Johnson of Baltimore on the rebound. 5 rebounds for Gus. Robertson. Cunningham couldn't get to it. 8:05 left in the game. It's Sloan, LaRusso, Elvin Hayes, Don Kojis, and Lynn Wilkins for the West. Robertson, Monroe, Johnson, Cunningham, and Russell for the East. Russo. Kojis.
Chris, we have a great battle going on between Russell and Elvin Hayes. Russell respecting Hayes' ability to shoot from the outside, guarding him very close, as well he should. The leading scorer in the NBA with over 30 points a game.
Joe Gashu spots a foul. Cunningham, correction, Gus Johnson picking up his second personal of the ball game with about 7.5 left. 96-94, West leading. Jerry Sloan at the line. From McLeansboro, Illinois, graduate of Evansville, still living in that city. And he has proven tonight that he is one of the top defensive guards in the NBA.
Very highly regarded as a defensive player and elevated to a starter tonight with the injury to Jerry West.
And he had to get around a Johnson pick, and now a switch as he moves to Johnson, and Robertson is picked up by LaRusso and Hayes to no avail.
And there you saw the move that I was referring to before with Earl Monroe. Robertson hesitating, drawing the defensive man up, in this instance Elvin Hayes, and then going up, not so much interested in the shot, but trying to draw the foul, as he did in this case, but he made the shot too.
Oscar Robertson now has 21 points, winner of the Most Valuable Player Award in 1961 and 64. And I would say in the running for the award again. East leading 97-96. Cunningham trying to steal it from Kojis. Sloan. Russell. But Kojis again. Johnson. Cunningham. Johnson trying to bat it in. His teammate from Baltimore, Monroe, to Cunningham. Wilkins. Knocking it out of bounds. So the East, leading by 1, has the ball.
The East perhaps overpassing on that play. Billy Cunningham with a shot, deciding to pass to Gus Johnson, having it deflected out of bounds. Gus working one-on-one against Rudy LaRusso.
6:44 left in the game. LaRusso fouling Gus Johnson, LaRusso's third person. And Johnson goes to the foul line. Native of Akron, Ohio, played at Idaho. While he was in high school in Akron, he played with Nate Thurman. He has 5 points and 6 rebounds.
Now the East with John Havlicek. There you see Gus's rebounding average, 11 points.